Overpass between FTW and forZe. That's how we're kicking things off here. It's forZe's pick. So FTW get the luxury of the CT side. How you feeling about this map here, Neo?
I like Overpass. I mean, I feel like Overpass is a real test about how you are in terms of a team dynamic. Rotations and calls have to be so on point, and also the teamwork could work well. DDias, love to see it. What a double from him. Jerry and Shalfie, quick start, quick good night.
That's how you like to kick off a pistol round. 2 kills. The information that no one else is behind it. Can respond to this. Dodo's going to get a little aggressive as a result. When the flashes come over, he could actually be really well positioned to catch Crad. Uh-oh. Sees the shadow. He knows it's here. He's just waiting. Give me that bomb. Give me that bomb. There it is. He's got it as well. Now he can turn around. Ooh, contact's coming towards sights. Dodo has a strong position. Zorte will get 1 kill, but fighting back in towards the bomb is going to be a nightmare here. And they have to do it. They know they have to do it. They thought they might have a player isolated, but no, Aguila is here to reinforce now. And, well, with 4 players hemming in the boundaries, at the very least, Sugar's gotten the bomb. But he's not got a teammate. So, we talked about Sugar. Now's his moment to shine. Find the first, but no more. FTW, a commanding pistol.
Great start from DDias as well. You can't not love this. 2 bullets, 2 kills, and it's 2 very important kills at that as well. The IGL of Jerry and the impact fragger of Shalfie already dead in the water. For forZe, I think that was just a little bit of a wake-up call. Overpass, well, I don't think it's a win factor by any means. These 2 sides, the expectation is that they take their own map picks pretty defiantly, right? And if they don't, it will definitely throw a span of the works in our storyline. So, FTW, great start for them, but as I always like to say, the pistol round, it means nothing. It's the second round that's actually most important. This is the one that determines where momentum is going to start to be set up.
Shall be. Looking for that first contact with the Deagle. And actually, having shown some presence towards B, they're going to bail out of this. The aggression comes in from FTW. They're getting a lot of space, and with 4 players towards the B side, eventually they're going to need to rotate. Suka's already started on that. So now the 2 rifles are going to be up top. Able to take advantage of the range, and they're actually going to move Aguila up as well. The one thing they don't have here on the site is any utility. 1 flashbang for DDias. They're not going to be able to slow this down. They're just going to have to do the damage. And actually with DDias playing to the left of long as well, it's a pretty committed angle. Without a smoke, you can't get out of there easily. This is an interesting one. forZe are taking their time. They've only got a single smoke themselves, so yeah, it is going to come down to the shooting here, Neo. And, well, the shooting is about to start. 34 seconds. They got to go.
Slow. So slow, isn't it?
If the Molotov comes back up here, I mean, that could have been the difference maker. Bombs drop. Now you got to go back and get it. It's out in the open. This isn't going to be great. Not ideal. And indeed, there's nothing doing in this round. Zorta might just try and back away and save the scout, but he'll be flanked out and dropped. And that's clean for FTW.
Lovely, flawless. Real first test as well. I mean, a little bit of an investment. Oh, I mean, it's a full investment by forZe, but, you know, whatever they could bring to the table. And the fact that they've managed to very easily overcome that test, I mean, with flying marks as well. I mean, really, really good work from the Portuguese side. I'm impressed. Looking comfortable, looking clean, not making mistakes, not making unnecessary movements. I think the forZe as well, obviously, it's part and parcel of the play style and, you know, well, I guess the region as well, it's very slow, very methodical, waiting for mistakes, baiting out utility. But in that sense, with that sort of buy, you just hope that they maybe step up the tempo a little bit, just try and put a bit of pressure onto FTW. But they don't. They just walk into the trap, walk into the guillotine of the A site, and all fall flat.
First one found there. Goodbye, Jerry. Might be a chance to make some serious money here, carrying over those 3 MP9s from last round as well. You can see the bank is going to start to build up. Feeling cash flow rich. Come on, Aguil. Chase. Hunt. They're really resisting the urge to chase these ecos. Good discipline. Yeah. Unarmored pistol players, man. That's a tasty snack. And they're not getting baited into it.
Especially those MP9s, right? Get a little bit of cash. Have just added a lot kill bonus towards the next. I mean, potentially with FTW, I mean, they're more than happy just to play the bonus for as long as possible. And Oh, Dink will come through. I think DS might want to be a little bit more on the passive approach now. Fall back, make sure that he doesn't drop so they can just continue to take this one over pretty flawlessly. MP9, Agil looking in. Messi will find it. One more. A lovely little double for him. Comfortable stuff.
It's actually
And
Stododo.
another flawless.
Stododo yoinked
Oh.
both from over
Oh,
his
he
shoulder.
did. He
It looked
did.
like Agil got both kills. So I was like, nah, I need that for the op. Speaking of the op, here we go. He had 9K before this, so he's like, yeah, I mean, I can drop the SMG. That's okay. I've done enough work. Time to pick up the big green. So this really bolsters the fact that they can get it through, right? I mean, this is the bonusest of bonus rounds. And you're gonna have an op, and you're gonna have an op. You have the two SMGs to sort of figure out how to play, but you get a whole lot better than this. Good Molotov pushes Stododo off of his initial peak. We'll get his choice of the connected fight. Likewise, he won't be here for all those nades coming his way.
Interesting, though, for me, that AWP pickup, right? Because there's no need to reinvest. So it's kind of certifying in their mind that, oh, yeah, we can make this competitive despite having the lesser firepower. We know a full buy is coming out in towards the next, so we're going to try and match it in terms of the AWP, but no one else is going to upgrade. Everyone else keeps what they've got in terms of double MP9, a FAMAS, which potentially actually could end up being a little bit of a thorn on their side. If the AWP's left in a tricky situation, essentially you might have to save it.
Rosdos getting away with one there. Probably should have been a dead man. He was blind trying to wander back in towards the pillar, but the AK can't find his head. Suka instead might be first contact here. Tying towards the bathrooms. Dias close at hand. It's two rifles here. Shadow's been spotted. The kill comes through. The spray down is good. Suka gets two. They finally trade him, but they're not going to expect Dias in the same angle, and now Dias has the chance to just push it around. Wait, Storth actually checks. Okay, good awareness there, and Stododo. That op investment not paying dividends. Okay, here we go for forZe. Bomb's going to be going down. Full rifles up, just SMGs on the retake as well. They don't really want to save these MP9s since they'll have a full buy in the next round regardless. So they might as well give this a look-see. Don't want to have to play with the SMGs going forward. But it does mean that this retake in particular could be a challenge. Molotov in, trying to force Zorta out. It works. They can't capitalize. He has enough space. He has enough space. And the kill goes the way of forZe. One more found. Not quite. 3 surviving. forZe on the board with the guns.
And that's exactly what I was scared of, basically. You know, the AWP investing in, but nobody else like upgrading or reinvesting means that there's so much reliance on Stododo to find us against. Of course, I know long-term in terms of FTW, it's no problem. They can buy back in towards this round. It's just a more of a mental thing of kind of, for me, why is Stododo the only one who decided, okay, I want to make something of this? Maybe even the other side, if they just played that as a traditional bonus and, you know, expected to lose and have a reinvestment here, and then a real good opportunity to continue pushing forward. Either way, not the end of the world is what I'm trying to say for FTW. They've got plenty of money. No problems buying back in towards this one. And already a fairly decent amount of little damage done as well. Jerry down to 52. It'll come forward as well. Might cause a little bit more. Sugar just gets out of dodge.
It does have to be a little frustrating, I'm sure, for Suka, considering he was in what should have been a one-and-done position. He gets 2 out of it with just the FAMAS. Oh, and once again, Stododo's going to lose that initial fight. This time to the AWP at least, but that big green not paying dividends early here. Plus Dias as well. This could already be a bit of a plug pull on the round. Ability to contest is really falling by the wayside. Suka will reposition up top, so at least they have some presence on A. But it's looking dire. And actually, he's come back down. So they are going to gamble it. They are going to stack it. With 1 kill returned, maybe they can still make this work. forZe are rotating towards the soft site, though, Neo, and no one's home on A.
Yeah, they'll get this for free. I think that probably the second this util rains down, it's a safe call, isn't it? I don't think it's really even worth doing. They gamble stack in B. The util comes down. They haven't got it. Shalfie might even catch one in rotation, too. It's a save.
Have the chance. Takes down Suka. Ready for the next. He is indeed punishing economically, and here's where that deep early bank finds its end. No one survives. All right, Shelfie, just flex on him a little bit.
That's why we highlight him. That's why he was a name that we brought to the table immediately coming in towards this series. He's so talented, Shalfie, and he's not even, he's isolated in a 1 versus 3, and he isolates the fight. It's a brilliant play from him just to make that so expensive to FTW. They've gone for a save call, and they can't even save on the other side. I mean, well played, because it's had much longer term implications. And this is where we go back to kind of saying for FTW, things were looking great, now not so much. Money, not great, means no buy, no investment, only a P250 in the hands of Agil, and a forZe what should be a freebie of a round to tie up this game.
I like the stack, though. Go for something a bit cheeky here. Looking for that party peak. Because they're party people, you know.
They are. If they get one here, they'll be happy, right? Pick up a rifle.
Yeah.
Bit of a positive, try and tick it over towards the next, especially if it's an AWP, right?
Problem is, look at Shelfie. Shelfie walked out on towards B, calls to his teammate, says, guys, no one here. Free site, free bomb plant, free round. You take those.
You do. They're gonna chill. They're happy.
Well, the thing is, if they chase Shelf or down in towards connector, right, Sugar should just have a spray down.
Yeah.
If they try and rotate towards A, they have no idea where someone is around. So they're going to try and isolate a fight in towards connector. It's not a bad call. Maybe you get a gun. Actually, all right, they're going walkabout.
Get an AK. That's the plan here. I mean, it's not like they've invested anything too special. They may as well just send them in. Who cares about KD, right? At this level, KD, nah. KD Shmady. They're looking for an AK. And potentially one can be collected unless Crad can deny. And they're doing exactly that. Damage dealt on towards him. No AK saved across. So a failed mission, all things considered. Just some free kills over towards T side. But it's 3 rounds for the T side as well. They tied this game up.
That they have. The guns have been the difference makers here, but you're going to have a pretty good buy out from FTW. There are limitations. DDias had to drop the AWP, so he's not going to be able to get any utility behind us. Opted for head armor instead. Let's see. The op's just been absolutely erased in the last 2 rounds that they've had it. So we need to see Dodo show up here. Hasn't been able to get going with his gun of choice. Here's your opportunity to show why they keep prioritizing the investment. He's going to hold out towards long for the time being. Bit of a duel here. A monster. Jerry actually goes through. Jerry goes through. And he gets checked. Bit ambitious, shall we say. The damage done onto Hagil is not something they can capitalize on.
Good flash. Deny Shalfie. Oh, a bit of presence over towards short will force him back. And Shalfie's more than happy to lurk. And of course, numbers lower for them, but Agil, so low on HP, makes it a possibility. They're going back over towards the A side, it seems. It's a pretty strong hold from FTW. They don't really need to do anything too special right now because DDias is so quick to rotate between the 2 sites.
Dodo making that op sing. That's what we wanted. That's what they wanted, certainly. Show the impact that that big green can have. It does reward them into this round, taking down his counterpart on the other side. Now you got the group up on towards construction. They are going to hit in towards B, but it's the reinforced site. It's a heavy presence. And while Agil has been deleted, that sends the alarm bells ringing. There's a pretty good crossfire here from Monster and Graffiti. Molly's in to make this uncomfortable to force Arostos back, but he wants to swing, and it'll be rewarded. Stadodo's on the scene. This one's looking a little done. Crad's even just going to back away and keep what he's got going into the next.
AK should be saying, I don't think he'll be able to be hunted from this position. Good round from FTW. Comes off the back of a great opener. Maybe a slight misplay from Jerry. I'm not too sure what the decision-making was there. The flash does catch the CT
Sometimes
side.
Jerry just got to try things, man.
Exactly, man. He's just vibing, as we say. It's all about the vibe check.
Can't get inside the mind of a Jerry. He's a mad genius, you know?
Yes.
Not every experiment is successful.
That's it. That's it. Good to see as well, though. So Dodo stepping up with the AWP and being, proactive in a sense with it. Great work from him. Finds a good kill. And, of course, at the very least, just making sure that forZe aren't really, too comfortable, too confident right now. Fullback on out once again for them. But scenarios that we've spoken about before. Lose this round. Economy in a little bit of a rough space. And they have to be a little bit more cautious of Shalfie. A lot of info gained, but no kill.
Sugar Wins that duel. Thought Diaz had him dead to rights, but this time, Sugar gets the best, and that's a big pick to find. Opens up the middle of the map, opens up the rotations, puts pressure on towards A as well, and you can see Suka start to float as a result of it. So they are going to have two on the scene, and Stododo with that AWP, he's going to be called on again. Control being established in towards bathrooms. No long presence just yet, but they'll shift Suka out there to give Stododo more confidence to peer in towards the divider area. And it does seem like we're going to get a long fight. Crowd coming to the fray. Crowd coming into action. Clearing out space. Hopping up. Timing not in his favor. Suka's got that. Played the off angle beautifully. And now the numbers equalized. Gives FTW a stronger platform to play from. 35 seconds. Time's getting short again. forZe are run out this clock. Big kill out towards long, but Stododo's going to be able to fall away uncontested. He needs rotations. He needs the cavalry. He will slip into bank before they can chase him down. So this should be a bomb plant, provided Jerry doesn't carry this too far. But now the reinforcements are here. It'll be a full 3-on-3 in the post. Never mind. One gone already as soon as the bomb goes down. Swift response here from Aguil, and now pressure on Jerry and Shelfie as they try and back away to play off of that bomb defuse.
All posted as well. I mean, very difficult to find some impact from here. And getting tapped down as well, Shelfie. Maybe a little bit of an extension nearly costly, and he all falls. Same can be said for Jerry. And that's a retake which works wonders. Flawless on the retake, in fact. 3 remaining alive for FTW. A great response off the back of a little bit of a period of inconsistency, a period where we were starting to get slightly concerned. It's great proactive looking in towards long, finding a kill on towards crowd, getting the numbers in their favor, and then of course just playing the body system. Of course, they played for the trades, but weren't even needed. Really good work, and over forZe, thankfully for them, a bomb plant has given them some stability, but that conversation still remains.
I think the big difference maker here for FTW has been the threat of the op coming online for Stododo, right? Even beyond just the kills that he's getting, when the opper is hitting, you kind of have to play a little bit differently, and I think it slows forZe down substantially in the way they're taking control outside of A. So, gonna send heavy presence B early, which is something they've been doing pretty consistently. Construction control will be established here, though Aguil wants to contest. Oh, timing. Timing, they just keep going. Shelfie thinks better of it. That could have gotten wild. Instead now, let them push through. Aguil and Arozdos, they're going to take this space. Molly's come out with the CT side to allow them to do this. Kills found. Shelfie wants to chase it, but he can't get it. Does he keep going? He keeps going. They heard him? No, clearly not. So the kill brought back at the very least. He's going to keep forZe focused here on B to great results. Suka has to get into the angle. He does that, but trades just for one. Yup, is on spot. Peering in from heaven. It's all about this first shot. And for forZe, they have to try and get a bomb plant without any smokes. That's the real challenge here. A flank is developing out of the connector. But losing that duel means this one's gone by the wayside. forZe close the gap again.
Rough. I think that round, everything that FTW tried to bring to the table just never came to fruition. I mean, granted, Shelfie, great opener. Aguil just being caught in knife. That was not exactly a dream. But when you look towards certain individuals there stepping through, it was a bit of a struggle. I think for FTW, they slightly mismanaged the situation. Didn't actually expect that level of aggression from forZe. And it kind of goes back to what we say maybe in the earlier couple of rounds, right? Especially that second round, the force buy. They were so slow in the tempo. And when they occasionally just try and step it up, you know, go into gear 6. Hey, forZe are scary. Both sides. They're very good at controlling the pace of the game. For FTW, coming into round number 10, it's not a pretty buy. You see an M4 AONS and an AWP, and you're thinking it's great, but the support around is pretty gruesome. MP9, 5.7, Deagle. It's going to be tough to make this work. The 5.7, it's a god gun. It's basically a rifle, but the other two might struggle a bit.
God gun. Sort of a minor deity. I'll give it a demigod status.
It's a damn good gun. I'm a big fan. Overpowered in my eyes.
I mean, definitely. For the price point. Bang for Woo! Stododo. He's got the big one, though. And he can only get one. Double peak affected there. They're going to be very happy with that trade, taking Stododo out of play. Does it bait someone into Aguil, though? That's the big question they're asking. Or, rather, Suka might have his opportunity. Jerry clears it. Now it's just Dias. Dias with the D. He'll coming up the connector. Timing going to be interesting here. Sugar's holding for it. He's got the op now. He just sits. He's going to sit. Sugar's definitely aware of the possibility, so they're going to clear this. Presumably. Or not. Backing away. Doubling their efforts, and that's because of the position of Shalfie. 20 seconds, so time's getting very short, but Shalfie's working up on the flank. Aros does checks for it. Oh, Shalfie to move forward, and he's got the kill. He's got the threat. He is deleted. 10 seconds, all that remains, but the op can't work, and so they can't deny this bomb plant. Still a chance for DDias to have some heroics. He's got the AK now. Looking for it. He's flashed. He's blinded. He still somehow finds the kill, and the bomb's not planted for the opper. It's going to force Sugar to peek in, and Sugar's been deleted. What a play from DDias.
That's fantastic. A quad kill as well for DDias. What a step up when they needed to as well. You're looking at the buy of FTW coming into round number 10. You're thinking it is gruesome. Orb M4A1S is great and everything around it is brutal. And DDias has taken it into his own. And Diva is all he brought to the table. But an AK is what he wielded for what was a wonderful play. The isolation of fight is something spectacular. And he did it all with half armor. What a god, what a play, what a round. FTW, they needed a savior. And in this round, in that situation, DDias is the messiah. That's stunning, genuinely stunning. And it's kept FTW in control of this game and forced forZe into a tack pause. Because they're in a bit of a spot now where for them, that's just a shock to the system and to us too.
Buenos dias indeed. Whew.
My god.
No
need a breather after that.
Yeah, really. I'm sure they do over on the forZe side too. That's got to be frustrating. They had them dead to rights. They should have had that done with. As soon as the connector flank gets dealt with by Sugar, I thought it's over. But no. DDias had other things in mind. The kill where he gets flashbanged around truck and still finds it. Dude's playing out of his mind right now. That's got to get the blood pumping for FTW. And it gives them a real chance to make good on the CT side, right? You talked about it in the pregame. Overpass is a map that tends to lean here towards the defensive half quite substantially. And, well, FTW have a chance to build up. Once again, they're not really interested in contesting these early fights out towards A, right? They're very content to get bathrooms control, to give long presence, and sit back and play from the sides here, Neo.
I quite like it though, because for FTW, they know that overextensions will allow janky buys like what forZe have got coming towards this one, the ability to step up in the same way they did. For DDias, of course, I know it was wonderful individual brilliance, but overextensions were costly. They were peaking when they just did not need to. They know all too well about this. FTW, they are happy to post up and wait for them to make mistakes. And the second they do, drop a bit of utility. Simple.
Ooh, timing on that peak. They're so close, and that's the problem now of playing so far back. You allow them the chance to overwhelm you with numbers. Rotations are coming in, but Suka, he's not going to be able to get away from that one. Realized his mistake a bit too late. Now they're down in the numbers, and they've got a lot to lose. The money is not built up for the CT side at all. Remember, that was a 4-spot in the last. They managed to convert. They're losing everything here. The ops just got to get out of here. This is the flip side of that coin. You play so far back. forZe, surprising. They can overwhelm. First one found on the chase. Are they going to allow Stoto to just hang on to this? Whoa! 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 Confidence there from Stoto, but all his confidence. His op is claimed. His life is lost. forZe, punish.
I'm not sure if Stoto accidentally reloaded or if he ran out of ammo as well. I mean,
that's true. 5-bullet op, man. It matters.
I mean, maybe we can see it in a replay or whatnot, but that actually could have been genuinely a tough one. I think we wouldn't have seen come what, a month ago. The changes they kind of, I forget when they were, but you know, for Stoto, that's unfortunate. I think for FTW, that whole kind of scenario really worked in. You mentioned it perfectly. By sitting so far back, they give forZe all of the map control, and they pounce the second they step up the tempo, the second they pump the gas and like, right, let's give this a go. FTW are overwhelmed. They're shocked. And that they felt it. They were forced further and further back, but there was so little for them to go. They didn't know where to go. And get back to bite them. DDias, he's got a good angle though. You know, surely hears his sound cues outside off the back of the U-turn.
They're gonna try an isolate fight. No, they've got it, but Sugar wisely just dumps the util, keeps himself from getting chased down. Krad's got a bit of a cheeky spot. He is much further forward than they'll necessarily anticipate with two players in Con. And since Shelby's just killed those two Con players, well, now a lot of the map is opened up. There just shouldn't be too much more that FTW can do in this round. And Jerry's going to make it just a little bit worse. Okay, find the last player. Face. Find his bullets. Very least. What is happening there? Protracted fight. Zarta will eventually dial it in.
Ultra square. I mean, of course, sort of expected off of that buy, and with the economy in a little bit of tatters. I mean, that was a full investment once again there for FTW, but it was a forced buy with a lot less behind it. Now going into this 13th round, they've got nothing to bring to the table once further, essentially in a way like a double eco. It was just pistols in towards the last, and it's, well, all the same. No armor, no use up, no upgrades. FTW, I'm assuming just a bit of a gamble stack, and they just flying towards mid. Hello, FTW, okay. Like a bit of this, trying to take a fight here. Nade will come through, took a bit of damage. They're looking for info.
Oh, a spray down, a mow down, Jerry. Taking any fangs out of this round. Call him the dentist. And the 7th round looking like it's on the way here for forZe. And, well, what we talked about 3 rounds ago, we were saying FTW with that force buy win had given themselves a chance to make a good CT side happen. Well, it's gone. That chance is gone. It has elapsed. It's about recovery now here, Neo. Because forZe, once they have this kind of an edge, once they have this kind of advantage, they are loath to let it go.
Yeah, I mean, what does the sweet rice do right now? What does he do?
Nice.
Because, yeah, for Aristos, I mean...
Doesn't matter how sweet this rice is. Someone's
Exactly.
gonna take a bite.
They're going to get peckish, and forZe, they want their kills, not their stats. Into danger. He's just round the corner. Do they expect him? Zorta seems to have a slight inkling. Bomb will go down, and Shalfie will deny. Flawless round for forZe expected, as there was no investment by FTW. Now we can start the conversation about what this CT side can bring in the last 2 rounds of the half. With the penultimate, FTW, I gotta say, I'm a little bit nervous. They might, I mean, a 9-6 not out of the realm of possibility for forZe.
Yeah.
They're looking very good.
I mean, they're going to gamble into this round. They're going to invest here. They don't have the AWP. They don't have kits. They don't have all the utility. It's very limited, which is going to change up the way they play towards A, right? When they have the AWP, they tend to play further back towards site. Now we're seeing a bit more initiative taken from FTW. We've seen things con set up a couple of times. Just one on it now. It's going to test. Sugar. That test is going to be passed. And a gap in the smoke. Oh, good damage for Stadodo. Couldn't quite zero in the kill, but still, it's a nice start here for FTW. Certainly going to bolster them a bit here, Neo. And now they can fall back in towards those site holds that they do so very much love. Knowing that they've got the man advantage, knowing that they've done damage onto another, sets them up nicely for the late round.
That's it. That's exactly it. Numbers in favor of FTW. They can park up, play the buddy system, play for trades, and especially with them having that numbers in their favor, they don't need to do anything too overzealous now. They don't need to kind of go hunting for the information or anything of the sort. Actually, a flash coming through towards Monster as that smoke is starting to dissipate, so they're going to realize there's no one there. Maybe subconsciously, a rotation of at least one of the 3 players over on B towards that A side. You can slowly start to see them posturing that direction. DDias will join the group over towards the A side, and it's the right call.
Third player floated up. Timing on the nade. Maybe put them on notice. Jerry out into the breach first, as he is wont to do. And straight into his death. Even exchanges here so far, but Stadodo still has angles on. And the health is so low for these remaining players. Zorta near half. Krad wishes he were. Bomb goes down. It's all about defending it. Krad creeping. As Stadodo develops presence on towards long, that's what his teammates are waiting for. Nade sails over. Fortunately for Krad, he's not near. He still takes a bullet of, or a point of damage. Chagrin. Delete shot onto that. A clear out for Zorta, though. He's found the first punch of the issue. Oh, Zorta nearly makes it happen. Is there time for this defuse? There's no kit. There's no kit. I don't actually know if he's got it.
I think he
This
just
is coming right down to the wire. I don't think he does. Nope, it's gone. Oh, just barely.
Half a second, maybe even less. My God, that was close. Jesus, down to the wire. And that looked like a done on one round there, but sort of steps up huge and really makes it a possibility when it probably should have been. All-time square 7 apiece. forZe, they claim something from what looked originally like nothing. And now for FTW, yes, they've got, a good buy in some parts, but it's dicey in others. And all M4's looking fantastic, but the MP9 and FAMAS and supports with a lack of utility might be a bit of a thorn in their side in the latter stages.
Looks like we're gonna get a boost up to peer in towards B. Alright, indeed, nothing spotted just yet on the engagement. Molotov maybe to force Gil out. It's actually rather for the monster peak. Now Gil does take a bit of damage. So he knows. But he survives. Oh, it's DDias instead in towards Connector, who could have a cheeky fight here. Push around the smoke fade on this monster tunnel fight. This is going to be everything. Shelfie's got his knife out. And so he's lost the ground, but he's got teammates to come back in and fight with him. Shelfie, first contact, second as well. Now the bomb can be retrieved. Time's starting to get short, but the kills are coming in thick and fast. Stadodo under pressure. The lone A-side sentinel. He hits one through the dice box. Stadodo shining. But Suka, you cannot say the same. Bomb will make its way over towards B. Plenty of time for this plant, and Stadodo has his work cut out for him. 1v3, he'll start to move in. This op on the scene. On Sugar, just under the lip, deliver the killing blow. He's got it indeed. An 8th round for forZe, and we head in towards the half here, Neil.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, for forZe, they've made that super competitive on what is at times a very, very difficult team side. Going in towards their CT on their map pick, they've got to be feeling confident. There's a lot to be, happy about off the back of that. We'll see if they can carry on in towards their second half, ladies and gentlemen. For now, we're going to throw this one to a very brief break. See you in a second.
A lead for forZe on their map pick, now headed into the more comfortable CT side. Bodes well for Jerry and his boys. FTW, meanwhile, trying to figure things back out. They had moments of brilliance, certainly. One brilliant DDias clutch, but weren't able to sustain down the stretch here, Neo. How are you rating your confidence for either team?
I think the for's pretty high, to be perfectly honest. I'm really impressed with how they kind of, I guess, set themselves up for success in the second half, right? It's a very decent T-side, to be perfectly honest, especially in my eyes. In this map, even though it's not, I see it as T-sided. Good, but Jerry, only good for one.
That's good overwhelm. Good pistol round here. They had one in the first half. FTW did win the pistol, remember. I'm trying to do it again. It's a 3-on-3, though, this time. The bomb is down. Of course, this long developing flank may not actually be that useful by the time it comes through, and they're ready for it. Shalfie still gets 1-2 as well. All right, Shalfie. Man came to play. It's going to be about the sweetest of rice. Try and hold him at bay. He'll succeed on the first. Great shot in the second as well. Glock, all he needs is a rose dose. Takes through an 8.
Damn. That rice, seriously sweet. That is a sweet round from him individually as well. That second shot on sight is just bonkers. So quick for a double dink. Brilliant. Really well played. Composed as well for FTW. For me, it sort of potentially looked like it could have been all up in the air and lost off the back of just chaos alone. I think that's some good work. They tied it up. Back-to-back pistols, 2 for 2. FTW, great. Against a team where FTW are considered the underdogs, to be taking both pistols, that is really, really good work.
You've only got Zorta on this side of the map right now, but he does have the scout, to be fair. And if he's about to be tested out towards long, ooh, there's the first check. Backs right off. Doesn't want to go for another crack at that apple. And now he'll have some reinforcements. A couple pistol players shifting into position. FTW are sticking around, so they got the bodies in the right place at the right time. Still going to be tough to execute, but a little bit easier than it was. Scout can play off of the pistols. Here's the check. There's the spot. There's the shot. Zorta better dump that nade. Molly to follow it, or rather precede it. Nade in. Does it connect? Damage. No kills just yet for FTW. They've taken a lot of damage. They're very soft to some of these pistols. Crad finds one. With a cost of 2. Oof. Now Shalfie dealt with. This gets a little bit more comfortable for FTW. They can let a button out. You know, settle back in, lean back in their chairs just a bit. Sugar and Zorta, do they want to give this the try, or do they want to save what little they have? Seems like they're going to give it an attempt, and running out of time, running out of clock, running out of chances. They will back away.
Yeah. Smart decision, I think. While it's, you know, some people see just a 5-7 or just a scout, it's better than nothing. It's going to be a pretty gruesome buy for the CT side and towards the next. And back-to-back rounds where for FTW, great kind of tempo management as well. That flash on toward the 8 sides is so good from them. Great control being taken, and the CT side of forZe are completely locked out. And funny enough, they were the same sort of plays we saw happen on the other side, where, you know, FTW, they're very passive in their CT side map control. They don't aggressively try and lock out certain areas or burn a lot of early utilities to deny presence. They just sit back and hope and, well, wait for mistakes, and they don't get them. Really well played. FTW, they're setting themselves up already for quite a decent amount of success in my mind. You know, for forZe, I still think the work they did on their T side was good enough, and I think until we see a full buy, we can't get a full justification of what they're like. But so far, no complaints.
All right.
And not with that shot. Suka, Sunshine, just take a seat.
The Zorta effect with that scout, with that scope. Excited to see him when he gets an op in hand, though it may be a little bit yet. It's going to slow FTW way the heck down. But still don't really fancy the chances of forZe converting this one. Think we just get one of those nice, slow eco rounds to chat about it. So you know what? Here's my question for you, Neo.
Go on.
Do you and your family have any unique holiday traditions? Time's almost on us.
Unique. I don't know if unique is the way I'd do it.
Interesting ones. Interesting ones.
Well, we watch the same movie every year.
What's the movie?
Scrooged. but not like I think Robin Williams, is it? No, not Robin Williams. It's the guy from Ghostbusters. I forget his name, but it's like 1980s.
Bill Murray?
Yes, Bill Murray, Scrooge. Yeah. That one. We watch that every year, every Christmas Eve, and we open one present in the evening on Christmas Eve, but it's only a stocking filler, basically, or something that is like important. And then we always go and see my family in Liverpool because that's where I'm from in England.
Oh, okay.
I don't sound Scouse, but I am Scouse, so that's
You're
it.
South African, right?
Well, yeah, born in South Africa, but my English side of my family are Scouse,
Okay.
Liverpudlians. So go to them. It sounds it's not too special,
Can you
I guess.
do a Scouse accent?
Pretty well, but I'm as you can probably hear, you know, I've got a cold right now, and it really does affect it.
Nah,
it's very,
still do it.
it's
Give
back
it
in the
to
throat.
us. Give it to us. Cast the rest of this round in a Scouse accent.
Oh, that's difficult. I think it's certain words I can do. I used to have a really strong one, and thankfully for everybody at home listening, I've lost it. I think it's a bit of a Marmite accent.
You're trying to avoid this right now, but I'm gonna get it out of you. Come on,
Can you
now.
do a Scouse accent?
I don't know that I know it. I'm from. Let's see. It's Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
I'm from Liverpool. I can do what? Try and do the Beatles. That's. I think that's the only way I can.
So like people, the way people
if
say
I hear
it
it for a little while. My thing about accents is I am.
Are you good
I
for
think
them?
because I moved around so much, I am very much a vocal chameleon. Where like my own voice will shift if I'm somewhere for long enough.
Same with me. Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
But so with accents, if I'm talking to somebody and I'm listening to it, I can pick up an accent pretty easily. But
Okay.
the thing about British accents is I know you all know exactly which town and region they're all from.
Yes. Yeah.
But for us non-Brits, sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, it's a Blackpool accent. What does that mean? What does that mean? If I hear
Blackpool's
it,
very close to
maybe I can do
Liverpool,
it.
so
Yeah.
it's just above it. It's you know, what's happening, lad? That was a sick round. Something like that, basically.
Is that
It's
Liverpool or Blackpool now?
That's Liverpool, kind of. But I'm super
Liverpool.
nasally, so I feel like I can't do it
Sick
properly.
round? Yeah,
That
you
was
can.
sick. That was sick, lad. What's happening? That's heavy, and they use different, like, there's a lot of slang that's so like different. So heavy means like sick or amazing. Like that's
Okay.
heavy.
Okay.
So in Liverpool, if I'm with my friends or family, we say that was a heavy round, but like, lad, that was sick.
Okay. All right.
That's
All right, I'm
actually
getting the elements
yeah.
of it.
But the nasaliness doesn't help me here. If I didn't have a block nose, I feel like I could do it a lot more justice.
All right. We'll let you off the hook for this one. Shelby's got a Zeus. Love that. That's of interest. But it's the guns that are finally out here, right? Oh, and the bodies are here on the B side. Trades, good, but Akil gets two. Sugar's position, huge. The transfer, massive. Can't quite find the third. Didn't realize they were out, but tight to the angle. It's going to leave Akil all on his lonesome. Bomb's not down just yet. He needs to recover it. And he knows pressure on. He hasn't picked up the bomb. He's not yet. That's going to set himself up very nicely for Krad, right? If Krad gets a move on. Oh, he plays it conservative. Plays it passive. He's going to try and plant here. Wants to bait the response, but there's just not a lot of time to spare. On the pillar, and there's the spot. Krad ready for it. Patience pays for forZe. And once again, as happened in the first, once the guns are out, it's a different story here.
I'm actually really impressed with FTW either way, though. I think for me, coming into this game, especially, you know, when we got the choice yesterday between this game and the Sprout game, I was interested in this game, but I think subconsciously maybe I was like, you know, forZe, there's such a good side, and I like the work that they provide. Jerry, I think, is a great IGL. Shalfie's unbelievable. They should take it pretty easily. They are being pushed through the rungs right now. They're seriously being tested. But as you mentioned, rightfully so, forZe, fullback comes out, and hey, competitive back in their favor. I think this map still looks very good over towards the CT side, despite them being a round down. They've got a lot of good work and a good foundation set up as well. And since FTW, their economy a little bit in jeopardy. It's only a Mach 10 for Suka.
They're going to be coming in towards the bathrooms with a fury. Cratch just moved into the smoke. The timing on this. He's slipping past them. What? Ooh. I think there's someone behind Cratch. I'm confused on positioning out, but on the smoke fade, that Mach 10 will be plenty. A little bit of a switcheroo there, and now Shalfie will clean it up. Okay. Bomb dropped as well. Information gained, and his escape towards long is uncontested. Yes. He's been spotted. giving up the info. Trying to back the bomb on out and move it back down towards B. And 45 seconds, never mind. They're going to commit A. They bailed on the connector approach. They don't know if it's clear, so they're going to commit in towards this site. And there's heavy presence here for forZe. What's that? Lined it up. Risk of a TK, but Jerry, he steers through these troubled waters. Now Shalfie and Jerry have a pretty killer crossfire, and there's no more utility to push them off their angles. So it's just going to have to be a gunfight here for the FTW side. Jerry lost, maybe overcommitting in towards those angles. 17 seconds of the bomb's backing. I don't even know if there's time in this rotation. Stadoto's going to try it. Stadoto's going to try it. 8, 7, 6. He does. 2 seconds to spare, nothing more. But Stadoto off the last, and he's got the shot as well. So the late rotation pays off.
It's great from Stadoto. That's so risky as well. I mean, he has two and a bit seconds to get that bomb down, and he just about does. And thankfully as well goes for the jiggle peak rather than fully committing the crossing. He had no idea in terms of where that last player was going to come from. Could have rotated down towards CT in the same amount of time. They'll post up over towards heaven. Well played. Really, really well done. And I thought that was a round loss for FTW. I thought Chaos was going to overcome them a little bit. But hey, not to be. And forZe, pause, calls. They're 2 rounds behind. Their economy's not looking good. They need a breather. They need a serious conversation about what's going right and what's going wrong. And at the moment, despite this being their map pick, and generally a map in which they're very strong on as well, it's not actually looking that good. They need to be careful because we have already set up the narrative about, well, FTW should, comfortably take Nuke, right? I mean, 100% win rate, the 8 for 8. The last 3 months for them has been fantastic on the map alone. And we just assumed forZe would take Overpass. But if they continue on this road where they just can't quite close the gap, it might be the question of too little too late before we know it.
Certainly a risk. A force buy into this one. Maybe pushing some serious chips in towards the table. Some good damage on our Osdels early on. Spam through the wall to catch the sewers player. Is this a triple boost? It's a triple boost?
I've seen this.
It's the boost with a third close at hand. I was going to say,
Yes.
I've seen the normal boost here. Never quite seen it with an extra person on top. Jerry's not going to find what he was looking for. There was a player just on the other side, but Rostos doesn't venture forward. And what is that smoke? Huh?
Where did that go?
That's not where that was supposed to be. Someone's got a little bit of butterfingers.
Be there,
Looking
be
like
there.
forZe wants to gamble, actually, and shift players up, having not seen somebody with the deep boost. They're just going to leave Jerry on site and move everybody else up to defend A. Not a bad read. We got another stack with 2 players up by the signpost. FTW, though, they're taking their time clearing this out. 44 seconds. If they come in towards this stack of 4 with no time left on the clock, this one's going to get real risky. And as I say that, Arosdos pokes his nose in towards B, so he's starting to get some information. This duel with Jerry will be huge. It could signal his team back in for the late rotation. And it's pulling the rotation from forZe at just the wrong time. Here comes the hit. 3 players have moved off the site, and instead, FTW is going to get this one just about for free. Yes, Arosdos is lost, but his sacrifice was not in vain. This bomb is down, and great control is here for FTW.
There it is. They don't come through as well. That could highlight with that pressure. Sugar so low on HP. 11 points, and are they high 10? They are. They've called it. Save call. FTW, they are starting to continuously pull away further and further. This T side really impressed me. A lot of sides struggled to find consistency, consecutive rounds, momentum in your favor on the T side of Overpass. But hey, I mean, so far, FTW are making this look like a walk in the park. forZe can't get a grasp over timings, rotations, and even when they've called it right, that rotation towards the upper site, it was the right call. Doesn't work in their favor. The one thing as well to mention, Aristos, the best thing Aristos did in that round was just not move. By him not showing presence over towards Monster, it just allowed them to always be, I guess, just slightly wary of where is this guy? Like, what is he actually doing? And hey, so far no complaints. A 3-round buffer. That means that for FTW, they've already got a somewhat stable economy, and if it is broken, it will never be an issue until it's broken twice, until forZe catch them up.
Now, the interesting thing here is forZe basically get 2 buys for the price of 1, where this is virtually the same round they just had. Slightly better, even, I think, in terms of the util, though not substantially. So they get a do-over. They get a mulligan. And they'll be able to invest into the next as well. So forZe has managed the economy well to give themselves a real chance to fight, but they still need to be able to execute. And we're back to the boost. This time, Shalfie's on top here, and Jerry's in towards Khan. You really want to get one of these early picks, and with this having not been seen before, we'll try it. Arosdos is giving them nothing, though. Once again, patience being shown, playing it much like he did in the last, and once again, he's going to find the timing. He'll start to inch forward right as they've given up the ghost. That's going to be frustrating when forZe does their demo review. When they look back at this one, they're like, we were seconds away from catching him. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. We had the right idea. This time, though, he's giving up his angle. He's going to go in towards Khan instead. So they're giving up all B presence. And so there's nothing to bait them away from the stack. If Zorta finds his kill in towards Connector, could really set up defense quite well. And he's going to get that one for free. Complete blindside, an upgrade available. Now a rifle can be picked up, and playing around the dice box, they know that they're in the right position for this hit. Dias is going to be the contact man. He gets the kill, but the Dodo's off is lost, and Dias goes down as well. Good hold from Sugar. All on Agil now. He doesn't have information. He's only got 20 seconds. At least he has the bomb, but he has to race towards this site, and Krad is waiting. Krad just knows he needs that element of surprise. He needs that one shot on Agil. Doesn't even have the gun out to try and prevent this from happening. What a round for forZe.
And that's what Krad does best. He's just the perfect anchor player. He's such a good, kind of role-specific player who's very good at just being, right, just stay here. Just wait for mistakes. Wait for them to walk into your trap, and he does exactly that. Waits for his opportunity. Doesn't even get tempted as well by the heavy presence over towards the A side. So maybe also you can give credit to the calling of Jerry there as well. It's a rough buy for forZe, and the fact that they make it work has some, further implications, because for FTW, they themselves have to take a bit of a breather, have to pump the brakes. I mean, look over towards their side. Of course, the likes of Dias, money to work with. Suka, yeah, not too shabby. The rest of them, though, not exactly pretty. And they kind of got 2 minds of what you want to do here. Do you go for a force buy and you rely on maybe 2 rifles and then SMGs around it, which isn't exactly a dream on T-side? Or do you play a half buy and then try and play for a 13th off the back of round of 24? I don't know. It's not exactly the great. And back-to-back pauses being called as well. Not too sure who's calling it or what side, but I think it's safe to say it's important, right?
We can find out. Hold on, let me check.
Go on.
This cause is called by FTW, the previous one as well. So, yeah, it's all FTW here.
Back to
Burning
back.
2 of theirs. They did this, you remember, all the way back in conference.
They did. They
like the chain pauses. It's apparently a standard thing. I believe they've even changed coaching staff since then. So they like them.
You're right.
Change pauses. Yeah, they had Dios before was in their coaching slot.
Did.
Now it's VTS. I think Dios might be assistant coaching. I don't remember exactly how that transition went, but yeah, they like to take their time discussing.
Yeah, I'm right in saying Dios was stupid. I was like 20.
Yeah. I think they brought in a
crazy.
little more experience.
Yeah. Good though. It worked. So, in and around. A part of the Portuguese scene in our hearts, at the very least. Either way, 10 to 12 for FTW. They went for the safe call. I think it's probably the good call as well with the very janky economic situation. Just play a safe one and try and stick above that 2K mark or more, of course, in Dias's state.
And you got to imagine the majority of that pause was not spent thinking about this round, but rather the next, when they will have guns, do what they want. Oh, cool that. Zorta saving on bullets. There's only 5 in the off right now, so he knows he needs to make them count. As I say, the rips 2 that do not connect, but Crowd is there. Make sure it's all going to be A-OK. Just 1 round the lead right now, as forZe have now built themselves a solid foundation from which to finish this map. They can keep building in to this half.
Lovely shot. Of course,
Love
just
it.
pistols, but you love it when they line up. I mean, maybe even a question of spacing over towards the T side, but this is what the back-to-back tack pause is called for. This is the one that matters, right? This is where it devises the plan to try and take down forZe and extend the lead to 2 rounds once again. What been play for Dodo's huge. Krad does take a tick of that Molotov.
Yeah,
they know he's here.
Close enough to hear it. I don't know if they were. They are certainly committing utility though to it.
Love it.
That's a big kill for Agil. Yeah, it costs you a couple Molotovs, but it is well worth it to find that frag. now. Jerry trying to bait some sort of response in here with his hops. They're encircling this B site. They're going to go for it. It's going to be Sugar and Jerry. They need to come out big for the team. Timely resmoke. Might just have FTW wait this further. They're holding for aggression for now. And, I mean, the longer they wait, the more confident forZe gets on this read. Jerry in the smoke. They have to know he's here. They have to know he's here, but Sugar just kills everybody. Why not? And then Jerry goes through, and it's a catastrophe.
Like ships in the night, they just bump into each other. But yeah,
it's more like ships slamming into the dock.
Yeah, I think you're right though. You're thinking to yourself, well, okay, I'm holding W, but I'm not moving forward. So surely there's something in this smoke blocking my way. I know it's not a teammate because I can see where he is. So what could it possibly be? It's a Jerry, and he gets away with it. And the fact that he even walks over kill off the back of it too. Miscommunication is probably one way to put it over towards FTW, but this is not looking good now because they were very much just completely in control of this game. You know, 12-9 at one point. We're thinking, okay, this is a fantastic setup. Everything's looking brilliant over towards the T side, starting to really kind of make their presence known and, hey, potentially even cause an upset on map number 1. Now not to be. forZe, they've reclaimed the throne here on Overpass, and FTW, they're limping through these rounds. And of course, this buy is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be pretty brutal. Just a couple of grenade pistols, very limited amount of utility, and no armor. They're just going to hope and pray that they can find a bomb plant, because that's all they can really ask for.
Had a chance to maybe isolate Crowd there early, but he's getting the heck out of dodge. Doesn't want to stick around. Just want to dump his util and get out of there. Get gone. Rose does. Feeling the heat. Well, it does seem like they're just going to try and overwhelm. It'll be Shelfie who's tested, and, well, Shelfie is usually pretty dang good at this. One thing you could say is Zorta maybe tight in towards the bathroom angle. If he misses a shot, he doesn't. Not an issue. Not a concern. Clean round for forZe.
Very clean. Easy. Very little to talk about as well, because forZe don't really get tested. I guess the only thing you can say is that forZe, they know they're coming against a low buy. They decide to be passive. And again, we kind of sense on the other side for FTW, good restraint from them. They could probably pretty comfortably, if they want, just play super aggro and just try and hunt for frags, hunt for stats. You know, and just play for their own will in a way, but no need. They step up, take a lead, 30-12. FTW, they've got, what, max 2 full buys left in them before this map slips away, and it was completely in their control.
Jerry on the wood panel. Can't quite get that. But as he tries and slip away, he's going to be chased. It's actually Shelfie's nade to finish off Suka, but Suka is gone nonetheless. Effect is the same. So now they're going to try and pressure in towards B, but with the flank developing towards construct, or connector rather, you're going to be hemmed in. Still a minute 10, so FTW can pump the brakes, but there's so much information here for forZe. So much control of these rotations. Jerry, there's one. The master plan is starting to unfold here. And whichever way you look, the other way is where they're going to swing. Just left to Arosdos and Stadodo. And at this point, I mean, there's a logic to a T-side save. The problem is Stadodo's even glass cannon. It's not that great to save through, and you're running out of rounds, man. You're running out of rounds here.
Gotta try and get something out of nothing. Arosdos, that's a good first. Jerry to fall. But still, 2 versus 4 is such a brutal situation with 30 seconds on the clock. Like you said, saving is a horrible call because they're running out of time, running out of rounds, but do they even have a chance?
Yeah. Looks like they're going to back away. I mean, Stadodo's been frozen here the entire time, right? Because after the kill goes down of Suka, he's so wary of someone coming in on the flank that's why he was here for so much of the round. And they're just going to have to concede. 14 on for forZe. Money in shambles for FTW. A very strange situation to find yourself in, considering how much early momentum there was. They just come to a shuddering halt.
Rough. It really is. look around it as well. I mean, yeah, they got lost, but it's starting to build up. But even still for FTW, support around the AK and AWP into this round, not exactly your pretty. I think they could probably drop one over, and then maybe they can have a somewhat foolish buy. I think it's still just an awkward situation where even they know that they are getting very, very few opportunities left. And in fact, exactly that. It's just Galil's to support. It's better than nothing. I prefer the Galil to the FAMAS personally, but not exactly a dream. Oh, they're caught at Odo jumping up as well. Zorta with the AWP knew they were going for the boost, and he plucks them off.
Crad with another big kill. And this one's already looking like a bit of a non-starter for FTW. They're going to try and reroute, but it's a full rotation with Crowd here deep in towards Con. You have to be incredibly wary. So, it's going to be a little one-dimensional. As soon as the smoke clears towards Monster, well, they'll re-smoke it, so be a minute. But that scope's just been heard. DDias just gave it away. Crowd knows. They're going towards Fountain. He's going to hold in his position, but it should send a rotation back around. And indeed, Zorta is shifting up top.
Slow. Very, very methodical from FTW here, but I think it's more also a case of nervousness, right? This is their last chance. Lose this, it's GG.
Looking like it might be. Certainly map point. Zorta. Scoping in. Molotov will time. 45 seconds. You're starting to run out of clock on this one. Gonna give it a look. DDias posted. Oh, who flinches first? It's DDias. Pulls off the angle. Flashbang gonna be out. Should be a pretty good setup to defend this, especially with Crad able to develop that flank very quickly, but they lose the first contact. They lose the first player. Zorta blinded up or no. He will find one, but traded. The flank, though, just in the nick of time here, leaves everything on the Suka. With 15 seconds, he'll have to try and plant this bomb on down. And Jerry's going to drop him. No, the smoke is there. Jerry hesitates just a moment before eventually bringing that through. Map point found for forZe. Disaster on the table for FTW.
And it's not even that close, all things considered as well, is it? I mean, 3 remain alive for forZe. They never really looked pressured there. It feels done. It's sad to say, this would be such a competitive game. Even, you know, the halfway mark, 8-7, you're thinking, okay, we've got a fight on our hands here. And it looked that way until about 2-3 rounds ago when FTW, economy shattered, and then a couple of maybe risky decisions have just cost them here. 15-12, that 3-round gap. Yeah, they've got some higgledy-piggledy buy coming through, but again, no AWP in play, no one to counter Shelfie. All the space in towards Khan, but it takes a pop shot and falls away.
Crad peering in. Shots come through and Suka's landed it. 3 players making their way up construction. An advantage for FTW. It's the first time we've had one of those in a long time. Good trade, good exchange. A site fallen, B site rather. You know, the other one. Shelfie's trying his best to get back into this, but opportunities are limited and the Molotov's going to make sure of that. Jerry trying to get on the scene, but his rotation is a little late. Bomb is down. Not ticking away. Those required 5 instead of 10. It is genuinely having impact in terms of how quick Operas can be, and this one's looking like it might just have to be a mulligan here from forZe. Having trouble getting back through, and now they've depleted all of their utility here, Neo. It's looking a little dire. The hold is good from FTW so far, but there's a commitment from Jerry. They're coming into this. They're going on through, maybe just to find damage as much as anything else. Time is so short, there's no opportunity to win this. Shelfie wants a parting shot, but he's going to have to concede. It's FTW with 13.
Yeah. I mean, actually, a great round from them. I mean, just a step up in tempo, isn't it? Just fly out towards the B site, get a lot of decent monster and short water control, and then kind of force and what we said from them in where they're very passive and they're more than happy to sit back on the site. That time out, the rotations couldn't get there in time, and it meant that they were smoked out, the Uto in their favor, allowed for the bombs to go down. And once that post-spawn sets up, all FTW have to do is just sit, wait for mistakes of forZe, which is unfortunately what Jerry did. He made a committal play. It didn't work out for them, and they all thankfully saved the cross. But money is flourishing over towards the CT side, so not exactly a huge problem for them. Double flash coming through. Crad Gonna try fall off towards bathrooms, 4 blinds, he's walking in towards a wall. Will correct himself as he does get an aid and a very decent amount of damage off DDias, doesn't Suka?
Yeah, that's looking like the point man here. Crowd on the other side. This could be the duel. This could be the duel on this smoke fade. But now he's going to slip past, go towards long instead. Flashbang on. He wants to chase this. Oh, gets a shot, but can't quite catch before Zarte gets back around in towards site. Still, though, now they know there's a serious threat up towards A. The response from forZe is to take space in construction, and Jerry, he's not been contested just yet. He might just be in position here right at the right moment, because now the hit's coming through. Sugar wants to play close to the smoke. He's not got support, so if he goes down, Monster Tunnel's wide open. Wisely, he will reposition. 45 seconds does mean that this is going to be the hit one way or another. Can't throw another feint in here. You can't throw another shack. It's just got to be this. It's got to be the move. Here it goes. Sugar on site. Jerry close at hand. He takes the first. Deals with the flank. Sugar not able to get anything done, but Jerry's a continual threat. So much damage done. If not more kills. Take on the bomb being planted. Denied by the Molotov. There's not a lot of time here, Neo. 20 seconds. They need to get that bomb planted. They need to get those numbers punched in. It will be, but Shalfie immediately finds another, and now Crowd coming in on the flanks. Dodo's not looking for this. He adjusts, but not in time. Arosdos, the last, down for the count. GG.
forZe are taking map number 1 here, Neo. Wow. Well, do you know what? We expected forZe to take it, and we expect both these teams to take their own map pick. But what I didn't expect was how competitive that was going to be. Credit to FTW. They made that a contest right to the very end. When it mattered most, they step up. Shalfie's boost as well. That was the final nail in the coffin for me. Really, really great work coming out from forZe. To kind of get a map back in control that they initially lost. You know, when it was 12-9, I sort of thought potentially FTW about to pull off the upset.